Welcome to Widows and Wealth. Even when expected, the death of a loved one is difficult. It's overwhelming and emotionally draining. And money's probably the last thing on your mind. Over 1.4 million women are widowed annually, spending 10 plus years alone. 78% say becoming a widow was the single hardest thing they've ever been through. A widow's household income declines by 40% after a spouse dies. Many women had not prepared themselves to manage their finances on their own. Two major trends have collided, creating the perfect storm for women. First, longer life expectancy. A woman lives 5 years longer than a man. And second, the gray divorce. Divorce rates of couples over 50 doubled in the last 30 years. These events combine to produce a sobering likelihood. 8 in 10 women will become widows or divorcees and end up alone and solely responsible for their financial well-being. Some women will be ready, many won't. Consider this: 80% of men die married, 80% of women die single. Widowhood is a certainty, but not everyone is planning for it. Here's why help is needed. Number 1, 61% of women would rather talk about their own death than money. That must change. Number 2, when losing a spouse, many women face a daunting list of financial chores they've probably not tackled before. And number 3, 53% of widows say they and their spouse didn't have a plan if one of them died. Here's how we help you. Number 1, we provide a roadmap to follow to gather important documents, organize your finances, and prioritize tasks that need done. Number 2, we help you understand your complete financial picture, including income, assets, expenses, and debts. And number 3, we provide you with education and knowledge that builds confidence and empowers you in managing your finances. The depth of pain and shock widows experience can be traumatic. If you're experiencing any of these feelings, well, you're not alone. Like retirement, widowhood is experienced in stages. First is grief. You're still overwhelmed by loss, highly vulnerable. No big financial decision should be made. Focus on immediate needs, settle the estate, cash flow and asset review, and file for benefits. Second is growth. Basic financial steps are done. Address estate planning, updating investment portfolios, and review tax strategies. And third, grace. Achieving independence, reinventing life, advanced estate planning, charitable giving, and special family issues. A popular Chinese proverb says, "The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today." In our complimentary Widows and Wealth financial review, we focus on 4 key steps. Step 1, identify all sources of income. Step 2, gather documents and create a new household budget. Step 3, evaluate choices for health care and long-term care. And number 4, help make your money last a lifetime. Amid the pain and difficulty of losing a spouse, there's also healing. 77% of widows discovered courage they never knew they had. Widowhood can be difficult to navigate. Losing a loved one impacts all areas of your life. 66% of widows had so many things to deal with they didn't know where to start. With widows, one size does not fit all. Each widow's situation is completely unique. If you're feeling overwhelmed and would like some help through this difficult time, I invite you to request your complimentary Widows and Wealth financial review. There is no cost and no obligation. You have nothing to lose, but quite possibly much to gain. But first, let's schedule a complimentary 20-minute discovery call